What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Sam here to break down the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at the Charlotte Roval Xfinity Series playoffs. Big race for them, obviously. I mean, last round, the first round of playoffs for them. When we get in the Cup Series, it's the second round for them. So, 4 drivers going home this weekend. So, 4 drivers are in must-win situations. So, we'll get into each of those and see if I think they can actually do it. We'll talk about all the best plays on the slate. But if you're new to this channel, make sure to leave a like on a video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, turn on the notification bell. All those things really help me grow. I had a ton of growth throughout NASCAR season, now NFL, NBA. So be sure to stick around for all of those. We got college basketballs coming up soon. Really excited for that. But yeah, if you want to get more of my content, you can always subscribe to my Patreon. I'll put the link in the description below. For only $10 a month, you are going to get a spreadsheet of all the stats you need to know, along with projections. You're going to get articles for every single race, every single week, with rankings for cash or salary tier rankings and a cash core 4. And then you're also going to get, and then that's for all 3 series combined. So it's $10 a month, all that stuff for every single series. So it's not just one series, $10 a month. All 3 of them combined are $10 a month. So be sure to go check that out. I think that's really all I got to say. Let's get into the drivers, and we are going to start out with pretty much every time he's on the slate, the most expensive driver, AJ Almondinger. Starts 22nd, ran the Roval last year, won the race, so he's got the best average finish here as of right now. We know what he can do at the road courses. He also has the best average finish at road courses in the series, so I mean, that's pretty much what you got to know about AJ Almondinger. He starts 22nd, has dominator upside, has winning upside, and he has place differential upside. So he's best play in the slate. You kind of have to play him. If he wrecks, then yeah, okay, whatever. But like more than likely, he's not going to. He's just been so good at these road courses in the Xfinity Series. Can't really stop him here. He just dominates. So definitely like some AJ Allmendinger here a lot. Austin Cindric starts 11th at $11,000, and he's the other guy who pretty much is one of the best road course racers. I mean, in all of NASCAR, like I think he's going to be a great road course driver when he gets up into the Cup next year or in 2 years. So starting 11th place, he offers us some place differential upside with some lap lead upside as well. Second best average finish at the Roval and the second best at road courses. When we go look at lap sled, he has 173 lap sled at road courses. Like, that's absolutely insane to me that he has that many lap sled at road courses, because road races don't usually have a ton of laps. So like for the fact that he has 173 laps led at them is absolutely insane. It's like 75-80% of all the laps at road courses in the last 3 years now, I guess. So definitely someone to look for. And Austin Cindric's been running well in the last 5 races with an average finish of 7 and 75 laps led. So definitely always in play when we go to a road course. Definitely like going to Austin Cindric here. Justin Allgaier at 10,700 starts 10th, 6th best average finish at the Roval, 4th best at road courses. When we go look at lap sled, he only has 38 at road courses, none at the Roval, but that's fine. I mean, he usually runs well at these road course tracks. Last 5 races has an average finish of 8.4 and 232 laps led. So definitely someone to look for to possibly dominate and win this race. Chase Briscoe, 10,400 starting 8th. Chase Briscoe has the 3rd best average finish at the Roval and the 5th best at road courses. When we go look at lap sled for Chase Briscoe, he has 54 at the Roval and 91 at the road course. Led the majority of the race last year and did not pull through and win the race, but did well here last year. When we go look at the last 5 races, has an average finish of 8th and 333 laps led. I mean, Chase Briscoe is probably the guy, the favorite at this point to win a championship. I mean, him and Cindric are pretty close, but I think I'd favor Briscoe a little bit right now. Already locked into the next round, so doesn't really have to push it, but would love to get himself another win. Offers us a little bit of place differential starting 8th as well, so with that dominator upside, so definitely like there. Kaz Krawler is priced up to 10,100 now, and I think that might keep his salary down, or his ownership down. I mean, I was expecting, like, when I saw Kaz Krawler was entered in this race, and okay, it's going to be another chalky Kaz Krawler because everyone knows he's good at the road courses. I mean, he ran a top, 15 in his first ever Cup Series start a few weeks, or like a month or two ago at the Daytona road course. So, yeah, Kaz Krawler really good at these road races. I mean, he could definitely win. He's in a 21 car for RCR, so he's in good equipment. So definitely someone that you got to like coming into this race. But he's 10,100, and does he really offer the upside to lead laps? I don't know. I mean, we'll go into the stats. 5th best average finish at the Roval, 10th best at road courses. When we go look at lap sled, he has 2 at road courses over the last few years. Has an average finish of 9th in the last 5 races, which I actually think is only 1 or 2 races for him. So, Kaz Krawler, $10,100. It's a tough price to pay, but I'm sure he's going to be lower owned than pretty much the 4 drivers above him who are pretty much all better placed than him at this point. So it's tough to really say to go there because I don't know how likely he is to lead laps, but I will tell you he is going to be very, very low owned, and he'll probably get a good finish out of it, so he's probably not going to hurt you if you don't have him, or if you do have him and he doesn't lead laps, but like he's just probably not going to win a race. So I mean, I think he's a good play. It's just the salary compared to the other drivers around him, like Briscoe, Allgaier, Cindric, and Almondinger, and even Gragson, who we'll talk about in a second, just all offer so much better here than he does. So it's tough to really justify wanting to go there. Noah Gragson starts on the pole at 9,800. Third best average finish at the Roval and the third best at road courses. Noah Gragson's not really known as a really good road racer, but he's done very well this year at them. Ran consistently up towards the front, almost won the Indianapolis road course race. So he's done well here, or done well at the road courses. Only 2 laps led at the road courses though, but that's fine. In the last 5 races, Noah Gragson has been very consistent with an average finish of 5.8, but only 27 laps led, hasn't led a ton of laps. But he does start on the pole, so he could pretty easily get out to a good jump on the lead pretty early here. Definitely something that I could see happening with Noah Gragson. So definitely like going there. I think he's a very solid option. That also probably won't be his play just because the other guys that are really good here and are known for being really good here start a little bit farther back, and they have that upside to lead laps. But Noah Gragson still definitely someone I am interested in. Ross Chastain at 9,600 starts 5th. Ross is the 9th best average finish at the Roval and the 9th best at road courses. Laps led 0 at both. Ross Chastain's really not good at road courses. This is not his style of track. I'm probably going to avoid him this week. Just probably not the spot for me to get there. He just has never really shown the ability to run really well and possibly win races and lead laps here. So that's probably somewhere I am going to avoid. Justin Haley starts 2nd, 9,400. His one race at the Roval last year ended up in an accident or an engine problem, something like that. So he doesn't have any stats for here, but 7th best average finish at road courses. 4 laps led at road courses over the last few years. I mean, he's pretty solid. Average finish 9.4 in the last 5 races and 58 laps led. Starts 2nd. I mean, I think he's okay. If you're playing tournaments, maybe take a shot on him here or there, but for the most part, probably don't want to really get a ton of him. I just don't think he doesn't really have a ton of place differential upside, and I think he's less likely to lead laps than like Almondinger, Cindric, Allgaier, Briscoe, even Kaz Krawler, definitely Noah Gragson. So he can. We've seen him have the speed. We've seen him win in the Truck Series at I think Road America or one of those road courses. Oh no, not Road America. It's the other one. Canadian Tires, the one he won at in the Truck Series. So we've seen him have success at these type of tracks before, but I don't think this is really the spot for him to really do well. Probably going to be someone I more than likely stay away from more times than not. Daniel Hamrick at 9,200 starting 3rd has the 8th best average finish at the Roval. He has the 6th best average finish at road courses. 4 laps led at the Roval and 11 at road courses. He's a pretty solid road racer. I mean, hasn't been running well this year, and his one race in the last 5 races he finished 20th, so that's not good. But he starts 3rd, and I just don't know that. I don't think his upside to be a dominator is really that high compared to some of the other guys around him. So, it's just so hard to justify really paying for one of these guys like Hamrick, Haley, or Chastain, who all of them have just such a less likely option, in my opinion, to lead laps just based on how they've done here in the past, versus just paying up a little more for these other guys who have shown the ability to drive really well here, finish really well here, win these races. Those are the guys I'd rather pay for than someone like Chastain, Haley, Hamrick, or even Harrison Burton. Harrison Burton's really not good at these tracks. 10th best average finish at the Roval, 18th best average finish at road courses, 0 laps led at both. He's not good here, so I'm just going to stay away from Harrison Burton this week. Just doesn't show the speed at these type of tracks for me to really want to get there. Brandon Jones starts 4th, 8,700. Again, 14th best average finish at the Roval, 14th best average finish at road courses. He has 2 laps led at road courses, but 0 at the Roval. Starting 4th, just hasn't really shown the ability to really run really well at these road course races, so probably someone I'm going to stay away from for the most part. I don't think Brandon Jones is someone I definitely want to get a ton of exposure to. Jeremy Clements, though, I do like. Jeremy Clements' one win in the Xfinity Series came at Road America, which is a road course. Starts 18th, $8,500. Has the 11th best average finish at the Roval, 12th at road courses. He has 1 lap led at the road course in the last few years. He's shown the ability to be able to possibly finish up inside the top 10 in these races. So definitely someone who I think is worth taking shots on is Jeremy Clements in this range. But Preston Pars is probably going to be the chalkier one. Starting 30th, $8,300. He's only ran a road course this year. He's ran 2 or 3 of them. He ran all 3. He ran all 3 road course races. And he has an average finish of 9th, which is the 8th best in the NASCAR series, in the Xfinity Series. So yeah, he's got a ton of potential to just shoot up the leaderboard, get himself into that top 10 for sure. We saw him lead laps at Road America, as we see 7 laps led in this series. So he can do some damage. He's a someone who could definitely potentially win this race. So Preston Hart is definitely someone I want to get some exposure to. I'm sure he's going to be popular. A lot of people are going to know that. He's in a decent enough car that he can run well. So definitely someone I want to get some exposure to. Michael Annett, $8,000, starting 14th. 13th best average finish at the Roval, 13th at road courses. When we go look at lap sled, only one at a road course in the last few years. Average finish of 12th in his last 5 races. I mean, he's fine. But, like, I mean, how often do you think Michael Annett's really going to get up inside that, like, top 8, which is probably what you need him to go to? Like, yeah, Michael Annett's definitely underpriced. Like, he is for sure underpriced, but, like, this just isn't a track that suits him too well. And Michael Annett's one of these drivers. I didn't even talk about that. All right, Michael Annett needs to win to get in. Herbst and then Brown. Okay, and that's only the first one we talked about. They have to win to get into the next round of the playoffs. But, like, this is not a track where Michael Annett, in my opinion, can do that. I mean, he's probably going to push it harder than he ever has on one of these road courses. But, like, still, I just don't think this is really a spot where he's going to do well. Mike Snyder starts 21st. Mike Snyder his road course racing in the Xfinity Series has not gone well, but it's always ended in crashes with the 24th best average finish at road courses. But Mike Snyder comes from a road racing background, so like this is a guy that he's ran road courses. Basically, that's how he got into NASCAR, and that is something that's very, very valuable at these road course races. We've seen Mike Snyder run really, really well, and then some accident happens, like at Road America, that Alligator wreck, he got caught up in it. So like there's just things that have happened that have just kind of killed him. But Mike Snyder definitely someone who is probably gonna go a little bit under the radar because he hasn't been running too well. Starts 21st, not like 30th like he has been, and hasn't really run well to road courses this year finish wise, but he's run well in the races. So Mike Snyder, I think, is someone I'm gonna have some exposure on, who's gonna be very, very low owned. Alex Lebaye, starting 16th, has the 6th best average finish at the Roval and the 11th best at road courses. He has 5 laps led to road course in the last few years. Alex Lebaye is very good at road course races. Definitely someone I want to get some exposure to. Starts 16th, so not like too far back where he's going to be too popular, I think. So he's definitely someone who is a road course driver who I do like getting some exposure to. Austin Hill is driving that 61 car for MBM Motorsports, but he does have Hattori backing in the car, so it's not going to be terribly slow like Timmy Hill and what's the other guy? Bilicki will be. So not Bilicki, Fincham will be. So like I mean I think he's got some decent speed, but I mean never raced in a road course in the Xfinity Series. I'm probably not going to go there. I mean, he offers some place differential upside, but he hasn't really been a guy that like I've been wanting to attack a ton in the Truck Series and the road races anyway. So like he's just not someone I want to get to. Jade Buford, $7,400, starts 24th. He has the 16th best average finish at road courses. That's just this year. So Jade Buford, his equipment isn't as good as like Pardis is, but he's another guy who is a road course ringer here who does very well at the road course races. So he's definitely someone that I want to get some exposure to. I think he'll be someone to use in tournaments. Then Riley Herbst. Riley Herbst is like Mike Snyder to me. He's another guy who, I mean, that's pretty much just what Riley Herbst is. He wrecks everywhere. But 23rd best average finish at road courses is not good. But if you look at his average running position, he has the 12th best average position. So Riley Herbst has always been running up front. Like we saw him at the Indy road course race. He was running up front in the top 5 for the majority of the race and got caught up in an accident late or something like that, or a penalty. Something happened, and I think it was an accident, and he didn't get a top 5 that he had. Riley Herbst is a very good road racer. Another guy like Mike Snyder, like that's their background. He comes from road racing. That's how he got in NASCAR. So this is a track that he should succeed at, and he is another driver who needs to win to get in. So I'm telling you, that guy's going to do everything he can to win, and he's got Gibbs speed. He's good at these tracks. This is a guy that I would not be surprised if we see him end up in victory lane by the end of the day, or at least just have a good run. I want a lot of exposure to Riley Herbst this week. I think he's a very, very good play. Ryan Sieg, 7,100, starting 6th. Probably going to stay away from that one. Only the 17th best average finish at road courses. No lap sled. Like, this is just not a guy I want to get to. Josh Bilicki, I'm sure is going to be chalky, but I definitely want to get to some Josh Bilicki. Bilicki's good. This is the same thing. Very good to road races. This is what he's done. Starts 32nd. Only an 18th best average finish at the Roval and a 24th best at road courses. But like we saw him lead 4 laps at Road America earlier this year, and like I know the lap sled are very, very slim, but like Road America is like 40 lap race, and a lap around that track takes like 5 minutes. So like 4 lap sled's pretty good. He's in decent equipment. He was running really well before him and Lebaye got caught up in an accident that ruined both their races. So Bilicki's definitely someone I want to get some exposure to for sure. Starts 32nd. He's going to be chalky, but I think he's a good play regardless. Timmy Hill starts 20th. I'm not playing Timmy Hill in that 66 car. It's just not good enough, man. That's going to be an avoid. Brett Moffatt starts 19th. He hasn't raced a road course this year. They've been having guys that are road course drivers come in and race that car for him on the road course races, but Brett Moffatt gets to race this one. I like going to Brett Moffatt this week because he usually does pretty well at the road courses in the Truck Series, so I think he's going to be someone that not a lot of people are going to play starting 19th, but he's got some sneaky upside, so definitely want to go there. Brandon Brown's another guy who's like a win to get in here. Starts 7th. 12th best average finish at the Roval. 15th at at road courses. And then we go look at lap slate. It's not going to have any. But Brandon Brown, I just don't think this is really the spot for him. He just starts too high up for me. I mean, we know he's not going to really move up that much, so probably going to stay away. Ryan Vargas, 6,400, starts 25th. 18th best average finish at the Roval, or at road courses. Has some place differential upside. I think he's a fine play. Definitely someone to take some shots on tournaments, maybe even a cash play is cheap enough at that salary that I'm interested in going there. Tommy Joe Martin starting 17th is bad at road courses. 20th best average finish at Roval, 27th at road courses. Starting 17th, that's going to be an easy stay away from me. Kyle Weatherman starts 35th. He has the 18th best average finish at road courses, 23rd average position. He ran well at the Indy race. Definitely someone I think I could get some exposure to this week is Kyle Weatherman starting that far back. Could easily get inside that top 30, contend for a top 25, and if maybe even a top 20. Like, that's bolder, but like it could happen. So Kyle Weatherman, definitely someone I want to get some exposure to. Gray Gaulding hasn't really ever showed speed at the road courses, but he does start far enough back, and he's not in terrible equipment that I think he's an interesting play. I think he's a fine option. Same thing with Cody Ware. Equipment's not horrible. Starts 38th. Can really only go up. It's not going to hurt you at 5,900. So I think they're both fine options. Josh Williams starts 15th. That's too high for me. $1,500. 16th best average finish at road courses or at Roval. 21st at road courses. He does seem to run well. He does have a lap led at a road course over the last few years. So I think he's fine, but like, I don't know. It's thin. There's a lot of guys back here that start in the back that I'd just rather play. BJ McLeod starts 29th. 17th best average finish at the Roval. 26th at road courses. He's not good here. Road courses are not his type. I'll probably stay away from him there. Joe Graff Jr. doesn't really have any run at the road courses over the last few years. So that's fun. I don't usually like to play guys that don't really run the road courses. So Joe Graff Jr. Starts 31st, offers some place differential upside, but I don't know. That seems thin. Jesse Little, 5,400, starting 37th. Jesse Little, he's the guy who has 22nd best average finish at the road courses, 26th best average running position. He starts 37th and he starts 5,400, so he could get you some place differential upside. But, I don't know. All these guys down here really feel the same to me. Jeffrey Erner, I'm not going to play. He's not really good at these road courses at all. 32nd best average position, doesn't run well. CJ McLaughlin's not really in good equipment at all. Cody Vanderwall, we know he's not good. Same thing with Matt Mills. Now, Stephen Leicht, I'm actually not sure on. After this video, I'm gonna put in the description. I'm gonna write about Stephen Leicht because I'm not sure which car he's driving. If he's driving the good car for MBM Motorsports, then he's a good play. But if he is in the crappy 66 car, then I'm gonna stay away. But if he is in that good car, the 13 or the 60, well, the 61's Austin Hill. If he's in that 13, he's a good play because he's got decent enough equipment to finish up inside and have a good run. Look at that 14th best average finish at the Roval last year. So we know he can do that. So I'm going to go take a look at that. That's not going to be in the video, but I will put that in the link in the description below about Stephen Leicht because I think that is interesting to know who he's driving for. So, but yeah, I think that's really all I got to say in this video. Thank you guys so much for checking this out. I hope you guys got some good knowledge out of this. The Cup Series video is going to be literally posted at the same time, so it's up now. If you're watching this now, it's up. So be sure to check that one out as well, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend.